It's been a blast here in California. If you see my most recent video, you know I've been riding BMX out here in Fresno, California. I've been to 2 skate parks. They were both amazing. I mean, the skate parks out here are just incredible. But it is time to leave and we're gonna head back. I'm gonna take this bike apart, see if I can get her stuffed back in the bag and get it home. Let's do it. Gotta hunt down American Airlines. My bike's checked. Now I gotta get myself checked through. There's always a couple little interesting animals here in Fresno. Look at the sun, it's just coming through the windows. This is such a cool airport too. Like, look at this view. Anyways, we're about to fly to Dallas. One step closer. My last time seeing some California mountains for a while. What in the world is this robot doing? Oh my goodness, it has stuff on the word. What does it say? Oh my, it's rolling. I'm not used to this stuff. I need to get back to Louisiana. I don't know what this is doing. This is following me. This is kind of weird. What in the world is that? We have about a 3-hour layover here, which is kind of long. You're gonna start getting a little bored. At least don't have to rush, and we should be able to make our flight back home. Should be going good. This might be one of the last surviving ones of those. I haven't seen one in so long. We have to cover some long distances to get to our little tiny gate, but at least there's some kind of cool, colorful lights here in the ceiling. Just been hanging out, watching the airport go by. There's a lot of little tractors kind of hauling stuff around, but the weather's pretty clear. And then we'll be on our last flight home and we'll be set. Thanks. Today we're off to a new spot to ride my bike. I've never ridden before. It's a dam or a spillway. I'm not sure exactly which, but it's in the middle of some water. So it's gonna add a new risk. I've got to make sure I don't fall in and get soaked or drown or any of that bad stuff. In fact, my last experience with water, I dropped my GoPro and lost it. Hopefully that doesn't happen with the bike, but we're gonna go try this out. I think there's a bank that's gonna be perfect. I can pedal into and then get some pop out of it and maybe pull some tricks. Let's go see what a dam ride's like on a BMX bike. And this is the spot. Look at this bank right here. I don't know if you guys can exactly see my vision, but this is a plan. We're gonna pedal in across this, kind of dip down, and then come up this bank right here. See if we can get some pop and a jump out of that. I think it's gonna be actually a unique spot for some tricks. We're gonna be right by the water on some concrete. This almost looks like a dream BMX street spot. Let's find out how this thing actually rides. I've got my helmet, I've got everything I need. Even rolling down, this is kind of sketchy, but it should be super fun. Look at all this space there is to ride the bike. Let's see what that's like. There's 2 boats leaving. I came here at the perfect time. I was afraid there might be some fishermen, but it looks like I've got it all to myself. But the actual proof is gonna be, how does this thing perform for a BMX spot? Let's find out right now. We're just gonna hop straight in and do our very first roll down this thing. Let's just get straight on the bike and see what happens. Look at this. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Oh, this is gonna be an amazing spot. Check this out. This is gonna be so cool to ride. Even if it doesn't ride all that well, it's gonna be so unique. There's another bank over here. There's so many options. This is going to be amazing. Let's go pedal into that bank and yeah, see if we can do any tricks. It looks like we've got the exact same type of structure on this side with a little bank coming up that we do over there. This water is a lot higher than this water over here. So that's pretty crazy to think about. This structure is holding back a lot of water. Think about all the extra mass of water that's on this side. That's it's holding back from flooding into that side. That's pretty cool. That was super fun, doing a couple tricks on this little dock bit out here, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to try this bank out. I have to pedal in and actually dip down on the slope of this. Hope I don't slip in the water and then fly out of that bank. Let's go inspect this setup. Now that I'm looking at it, this is not quite as steep as I was envisioning it being, but I think it's still gonna work. What we're gonna have to do is start way back here, come pedaling in, dip down on this side of the slope, and then come straight up this little bank right here, and get a little bit of an airtime popping out of that. If I start sliding towards the water, I'm just gonna have to really turn left and pray that I don't get wet. There's no actual danger here. We've got plenty of grip on the concrete. It's super grippy, which is nice. I'm gonna pop the GoPro on and we're gonna try this thing out, give it its first test lap, and see if there's any tricks that are actually possible on a dam. Let's see what happens. All right, first test run, let's try it out. That is gonna be so cool. This has amazing potential. It's actually so much better than I was hoping it would be. That bank does not look steep, but it actually gives you some good pop. Let's roll down it now. This thing is so good. You get so much speed on it. They actually get some decent pop. We've got to try our first trick. Should it be a bar spin or a 360? I'm not sure. I think we're gonna try the 360 first. I feel a bit safer on it because you have to go pretty fast for this. Let's see what happens. The landing's a bit uphill, so I've got to spin kind of fast. We're just gonna try it out. It should work. I mean, it'll definitely work, right? I mean, we're on water. There's no big deal. It'll work. That was the fast one. You don't want to crash going that fast on this rough concrete, but that feels so good. It is time to throw a bar spin. It's a bit scary because you go so fast, but we should be safe. There's plenty of pop out of this. It's actually such a unique spot. Let's get that bar done. Woo! Huh. This is actually one of the craziest feeling spots to ride because you're right by the water. That is so cool. So we're gonna try to step this up. Instead of bar spinning out of the bank, I'm gonna be up here bar spin into the bank, avoid the water and pop out this side. Let's hope I don't miss this bar spin because there is some water down below. High risk bar. That was so cool. I love riding this spot. It's so unique. I've never thought to ride a bike in a place like this, but it is so fun. We've got to step it up more though. What else can we do here? If you look at this setup, you'll notice there's a bank and then a flat part and then another bank. And it's kind of narrow over there than it is here. So if we pedal in full speed, I wonder if we can jump from this bank over the flat part and land on this uphill section. We've got to go flat out, top pedal as fast as we can across this, but we're gonna try it out. See if I can clear the little flat gap. It might be an abrupt landing, but we'll be able to figure that out when we get there. If it works, I might even be able to throw some spins into it, like a 180 or something. Let's try it out first though. We're on the highest part of this dam that's opposite that end. So we're gonna pedal down this hill, across and up. Let's try it out. That was so cool, full speed. That actually worked so well. We gotta do that again. That go felt so good. I want to try to add a 180 and take off the first bank. 180 and then going down the other bank. Will it work? I don't know. Let's do science. After a test on this bank-to-bank 180 transfer, I have some results. The problem is the second bank isn't steep enough to deal with all my force. So when I land into it, it's basically like landing on flat ground. So I'm still wanting to go backwards instead of having something steep enough to kind of go back down. So we're gonna give up on that. It's okay. But man, look at this spot. How cool is this for a bike? Before we're done with this setup, I'm gonna try one more big boosted 360 out of this bank. It just feels so good. And then we're gonna try to jump over this gap. I think if I get enough speed from this side, I can jump over this little diagonal gap and land on the flat part of the dam over there. That should be a pretty cool little send. And I think I've kind of exhausted everything else you can do here. There's only 2 banks, so it's not a huge variety of setups. The 360 was so good, so now it's time to send this little gap over the wedge space. I just need a lot of speed and big bunny hop, and that should be fun. All that I can even say right now is what an amazing session, but that's gonna wrap it up. This has been a blast. Back this bike up and get out of here.